Coming up on Valley News Live at 6, a man says he's setting the record straight after a standoff last night in Fargo.
Plus, bad weather on the way. Hutch will give us the latest weather details.
And the price of home ownership going up again. Valley News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 6.
Good evening, everyone. A suspect is speaking out this evening, claiming Fargo police have it all wrong.
Carrie Knutson called our news team this morning claiming he's the man police allege fired a gun inside a North Fargo home last night in the 700 block of 14th Avenue. Fargo police say both the woman and child were inside at the time, but Knutson says that's not true, claiming he never fired a gun and wasn't even in Fargo at the time police say this happened. Knutson claims that his ex-wife made the false report as a way to get back at him. We reached out to Fargo police about Knutson's side of the story. They say they can't comment, citing the active investigation. You can read our full conversation with Knutson on our VNL News app. Just click on this story.
Fergus Falls Elementary students and staff will soon have to mask up. This comes after the school superintendent says their current mitigation strategies are not enough.
As Valley News Team's JC Dodd reports, one dad says the mandate comes too late for his family.
I believe it's kind of too late for a lot of families.
A Fergus Falls father of 4 tells us he wishes the district's mask mandate had come sooner, after 3 out of 4 of his kids tested positive for COVID this week.
All of a sudden he tested positive after 2 years of me doing everything I can to try to prevent it.
He says his 8-year-old son, who has had 3 open heart surgeries, lung problems, and an immune deficiency, has been hit the hardest.
103.7, and then yesterday it spiked to 102.
Superintendent Jeff Drake says that student is one of 54 students or staff members to test positive so far, just 21 days into the school year. He says it's putting them on pace to have 437 cases this year. Last year, the district had 180 total, with the mask mandate in place. Drake adds they don't plan to have the mask mandate longer than necessary, and the requirement will be reevaluated on October 25th. Some parents are already hoping to get the masking rule reversed, planning to attend Monday night's school board meeting. For Wall, he says he hopes it stays.
I mean, everyone has their own right to feel how they want, but once it starts getting close to home, you start to realize, that things had worked in the past, and there was no reason to really change them.
In Fergus Falls, JC Dodd, Valley News Live.
The superintendent says the mask mandate won't go into effect until Monday in order to give parents notice.
Not much of a turnout for what was supposed to be a rally promoted by a Fargo parents group. Less than a handful showed up today. The plan was to put pressure on Fargo School Board and others to step down. It was held on Main Avenue in Moorhead. The Recall Fargo School Board effort suffered a setback in September after a signature validation process by the FPS business manager determined that the group did not have enough signatures to trigger a recall election.
Changes coming in the forecast. Hutch starts us out with some information on tonight. Hutch.
Thanks so much. It's been a breezy day. Temperatures still way above average heading into the evening. A look in on Grand Forks. The leaves in the trees are certainly rustling, with gusts continuing to chime in at over 30 miles per hour. Right now, the strongest winds are out near Hettinger and Dickinson with 40-mile-per-hour gusts. Temperatures in the 70s for most areas, but still near 80 in Langdon. Devils Lake 76. How about Minot? Near 90 degrees there again today. Your planner for the Fargo-Moorhead area, pretty quiet. Winds will decrease but still be breezy, and temperatures sneak into the 60s for most of your night. We have some big-time changes heading our way. We have declared Friday a first alert weather day. Some thunderstorms will begin a big series of changes that last all the way through next week. We'll have hour-by-hour details on what you can expect here in just a few more moments.
All right. Thanks, Hutch.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz has announced expanded hours at COVID testing sites across the state. This in response to increased demand and the threat of a Delta variant. Testing last week in Minnesota was up about 10% from the prior week. Moorhead's testing location, the former Thomas Edison Elementary School, will now be open on Sundays. That Moorhead testing site will be open from 11 to 4 on Sundays. The new hours are in addition to the weekly schedule of Monday through Thursday, 11 to 6. And the new schedule will begin on October 17th. Now, Mankato, St. Cloud, and Winona testing sites are also adding an additional testing day. The testing is free at all of the state's community testing sites. With these expanded hours, each site can offer about 500 more tests per week. For a full list of testing sites all across the state of Minnesota, click on this story on valleynewslive.com.
North Dakota's labor market, like the rest of the country, is desperate for qualified job seekers. Openings remain high statewide with more than 17,000 jobs available. The labor market's monthly report showed available jobs are more than 38% higher than the same month last year. 70% of open jobs became available in the last month. Upskilling ND is addressing job market challenges with a job skills program for North Dakotans through a partnership between NDSCS, Train ND, Microsoft, and LinkedIn. You can learn technical skills for customer service or sales based on a curriculum from Microsoft and LinkedIn. Participants are mentored, coached on interview skills and resume writing, and guided in their job search. More than 100 people have already completed the program, and they have 40 openings for the fall course with the registration deadline of October 15th. You can apply online on the NDSCS website. You may have seen Facebook posts about teachers receiving school supplies in the mail, sometimes from anonymous donors. That movement is Clear the List, and it was started right here in Fargo. Clear the List is a way for the Fargo-Moorhead community to support their teachers by fulfilling Amazon shopping lists and sending them supplies for their students and classrooms. One of the founders, Justin Wiedrich, is still passionate about helping educators.
This thing isn't going to stop, and that's good. It's not a trend. This should be year long. And that was my goal, is I just want to keep helping.
To watch his full interview and find out how you can send some joy to the teachers in your life, find this story on valleynewslive.com.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, home ownership is about to get more expensive, but this time it's for a reason you might not expect.
Colors are changing and leaves are beginning to fall as peak colors are showing up across most of northern Minnesota as we speak. Temperatures haven't been falling though, but we do have changes on the way. A first alert weather day has been declared for Friday, as a few of us will see strong storms, but all of us will see big time changes into your weekend. Details next.